Let me move the Pepsi can. Okay, well, it's almost 6 o'clock. Let's get started because church starts at 6:30. So let me go ahead and open up with a prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for the day. Thank you for all you do for us. Lead, guide, and direct us and protect us. Thank you for letting us gather together in the meeting. And Lord, just give you the praise and glory you deserve. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Okay, call the meeting to order for September the 2nd, 2020. Charles, here's your sheet. Scripture reading, we'll do one real fast. It will be Hebrews 12, verse number 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything and hinders the sin and so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. That's Hebrews 12:1. I know this is a short meeting and everything, but with Labor Day coming up next week and the COVID-19, we've not met since February the 19th, which has been almost 6 months. So this is just a chance for us to see each other and to talk to each other. Bill, where are you at?
What?
His volume's not on.
That's the view on Carter's Ridge.
Yeah, it looks like a big palm tree. That's the first palm tree and beach I've ever seen on Carter's Ridge.
Yeah, just come on out.
Boy, that looks great. Sorry I got sidetracked, but that caught my attention real fast. Okay. Robin emailed the minutes. It was from February the 19th. Did everybody get them? If I need to read them or anything?
Can you tell me who's there?
Okay, we got Keith Garland,
Yeah,
Roger Henshaw,
okay.
Butch Ronaldo, Mark Thomas, Charles Wilson, me and Rocky.
Okay.
So that's the ones here now. Sam Hollifield had a funeral he had to go to today. And Keith Tolley got sick with blood pressure and everything, so he's not feeling the best in the world, so he's out. Okay. If anybody don't have any objections, we'll just let them go as Robin emailed them to us. Just to get you updated, I give everybody a copy of the budget. And of course, you all won't get one, but everybody got a copy of the budget so they can take it home with them and look it over and see how we stand financially and so forth. That is from January through July 2020. To catch you up on what's going on, there's nothing really going on as far as nothing important going on. The board of directors met August the 5th with the finance committee and met on a couple of things just to go over our finances, trying to get a more current update from Jamie Miller and get that without having to ask for it for automatically sent over. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And in that board of directors meeting, the only other thing that was discussed was we talked about dropping PayPal from the automatic debiting where you can send your money in for tithing, because PayPal was going to charge us some kind of percentage or whatever. So John Duncan decided to go ahead and tell us to go ahead and drop PayPal. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but keep the regular where you can debit with a card. That and the other piece. Anyway, it's here somewhere. But, other than that, that was only the main thing that the finance committee met for. Tithing is down because of COVID-19. We're down as far as attendance wise. We've considering the state of the economy and the COVID and everything, our attendance is running fairly average. August the 9th, we had 85 in worship service. 16th, we had 89. 23rd, we had 80. And last Sunday, we had 105. So it's coming up a little bit. On Wednesday nights, we've been averaging 46, 44, 42, and 37 on Facebook. So we're getting, even though they're not showing up in church, they're still watching on Facebook, and we're still getting a good crowd watching us. So that's real good. And of course, people are still sending in tithing, but not like it was if they were here. We're not passing an offering plate yet. We're just putting a basket out front, and that kind of hinders a little bit of the giving because people like to give as it's passed by. So other than that, Vacation Bible School went real well. Robin, you done pretty good on that video. So it went real well, and it had a good attendance for that. The bus shelter, Mark, if you want to go get Rocky. The bus shelter, we've got the footings already dug and poured for the cover for the bus, and it should be here in the next, hopefully next 2 weeks, and we'll get our cover up and be able to park our bus under the new cover. Sam Hollifield got that taken care of. So that was good. On the security, we had a bid for the security system and the new cameras for the church. The bid for the security system was $12,395.32. Monday, as of Monday, we've got right around $9,300. So we only like a little over $3,000 left, reaching our goal for the security cameras, and that's really good, working out so far. Chad is still working with the youth. He's gone tonight with the youth somewhere after where he said he had, but they're working out pretty good. Deacon rotations. Since everybody's not coming back to church, it's kind of, I don't know. I really don't know what to do about deacons for next year. I don't know. Me and Rocky talked about letting everybody stay on the way they are for one more year, and then hopefully after this COVID gets straightened out and everything, then go ahead and have elections where the whole church can vote and everything. What's your all's opinion on that? You think it'd be okay?
Yeah, if you got somebody that wants to come off, but if they don't mind to serve, but if somebody says, I just want to be off. Yeah,
I'm not speaking for somebody who would have been on.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would probably benefit.
Charles, would you be okay to stay on another year? Bill, would you be okay to stay on another year?
I would prefer to come off.
You would prefer to come on?
I would. Mhm.
Okay. We'll go ahead and put you down and see if we can get a replacement for you. Charles said he would stay on. Robin, how about you?
Well, Philip and I were talking earlier. I've actually been on 4 years because I filled somebody else's unexpired term. So you've got somebody to replace me, I would go off.
Okay. Well, hopefully, to goodness, we can find 2 people to fill in shortly. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that sounds good. So we'll go
Larry,
ahead and,
hear me?
Yeah.
This is Philip.
yeah,
Can you hear
go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got one more year on my 3-year service. So, Lord willing, if I'm staying healthy and can, I want to continue for another year. So, I'll be here automatically, hopefully, as long as my health stays good.
Sounds good, Phil. That'll work out. Well, then now we'll go ahead and leave it the way it is, and we'll see if we can get somebody to replace Robin and Bill. And Roger, what do you think, Roger? You want to stay on, or you? You start to say something, Butch?
Yeah, I know we're kind of overruling what's in the Constitution. Would it be appropriate to bring this before the congregation, say this is what the deacon or deacon does? Or decided they would just get approved to have no issues with not following the Constitution.
Yeah, well, I tell you, this COVID virus here has kind of puts a hold on a bunch of stuff.
It doesn't change the Constitution.
Well, I know that too.
It's like the U.S. Constitution, COVID-19 doesn't change the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, they have all kinds of safeguards to be able to do things like that. I know some people that are going to, I don't know they are, but I would be pretty sure that if they got a chance, just to get a bit sense of the congregation, have a quick.
Well, we can still follow the Constitution. I mean, that's no problem. I mean, we've waited this long. We've waited another month or so.
Well, there's so many things, I mean, with the COVID thing that hasn't been able to happen anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the committees and things are supposed to have been formed and, haven't met. I think we are supposed to have, aren't we already supposed to have had deacons nominated by now?
End of
Yeah.
August.
Yeah, this month.
Yeah.
And voted on, I think, in September.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, we don't have control over that, you know, but I would hate somebody come up and say, well, you know, we just decided we just gonna do whatever we want to do.
We're still talking. Just hold on there, folks.
One of the things that you can do is you can present a recommendation to the church, and with an affirmation, it can go forward without an action against the Constitution. It'd be hard to have a quorum to start with because people that are coming get a volume enough to make a difference in that area. But if you had a recommendation that this is what the leadership agreed on, I doubt you would have very much. You might have some about that, but I think also an invitation to someone, if they have questions, to certainly come and let's sit down and talk about that. Otherwise, you would have to have a certain number of people to make it as far as a quorum in the churches go. So that would be a little bit more difficult, probably.
What is the quorum in the church now?
Well, it's going to be 2/3, I guess. Probably 2/3. That's a protection for the church too, because you can get a few people together and make a lot of big decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, just would hate to see somebody come up and say, well, they just do what they want to do rather than, you know, who said you could do that? That's, you know, well, the deacons all agreed on it, or as far as I know, the deacons all agreed on it.
Well, if you do a recommendation and you have an affirmation, nobody kicks it.
Yeah.
If they kick it, you have to vote on it. But you can do an affirmation by recommendation.
That's what I'm saying, get some kind of consensus through the congregation so that it doesn't look like we're trying to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think it's smart.
And, because I doubt very seriously if it's brought up to the congregation, anybody's gonna really oppose it. But at least you got it covered in the long run or something.
Your information is valuable.
Oh, yeah.
We can do that.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. You couldn't hear any of that was going on, did you? You heard it, Bill? Okay. Did you get it, Philip?
A little bit. I missed some of it, but I caught just the most of it.
In order to fulfill the Constitution and not say, you know, that we're overrunning somebody's authority or whatever, do it by recommendation and affirmation that with the deacon's approval and everything, we can go ahead and do this. And if anybody objects and everything, we can go back the old way. Is that the best way?
It's the most simplest way when you have things that you're unpredictable.
I mean,
You have to deal with it.
there's only just, we've got half our numbers coming to church. And half our numbers are gonna be voting.
We got less than that.
And got, less than half.
And just to speak to that point, our largest number was Sunday,
105.
and we probably had 20 people that wasn't members.
Yeah. That's the biggest problem is if we vote by membership, there's gonna be a lot of people that can't vote and won't vote because they're afraid to come to church and so forth. So this COVID's put everything into a quandary. It really has. I mean,
Recommendation affirmation would be your better way to go.
yeah. We'll do a recommendation affirmation. We'll get it set up and see how that goes. If anybody, wants to go against anything, then we'll go ahead and vote. It's no problem. Like I said, we're in no big hurry. I mean, it's not like the end of the world's coming. We've got plenty of, I hope it's not coming, but we want to know what's right. So we don't want anyone like
We're
this.
sitting in an area that nobody's ever had to do it before, but I know in the history of the United States, much less the history of our church or other churches, and I think everybody, reasonable person would be understanding about it.
Yeah.
But you just never know.
Well, if you involve them, I think that's 100% or 95% of the battle.
Yeah.
You let them know. Because otherwise, you're right. I mean, without any information and things just happen, people do feel like they're slighted, and rightfully so.
Oh, yeah.
You can always ask for, if anybody has any solutions or ideas,
Sure.
bring them up. We've got to keep the church functioning, and we've got people that can pretty much make the church happen. So we can't just say, well, these people are rotating off. We don't have enough people to even have a form to vote on. Right.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to do that because we haven't even been able to have church for a certain period of time.
And we still have to find people to replace them.
Kind of just basically suspended everything for another year, all committees and officers. Oh, one of the things you remember when we talked to that girl from CPI Sunday, she started discounting to us. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Well, Hank told me that, yeah.
What the bottom line was, now I'm not saying this is it, but what I scratched down, what she had, the total wound up being, total sale price came up to 10,000. I'm going to say three. I'm reading my writing. It's either 3 or 542.61. That's about $3,000 less.
Yeah, it was.
But then you had to add tax on that, which is $183.65, which came out $10,726.26. So we could be closer, but I think we're going to try to add some equipment on this. I understand. So we may be in better shape on that.
There might be close,
We are in better
less than
shape.
$1,000 in. What Bush is saying is they talked to the CPI people in security, and they have made some discounts on the cameras and all that kind of stuff, and brought it down to around 10,000 instead of 12,000. So it may be like $1,000 off of her gold instead of $3,000 off her gold.
I was a little impressed with the way Hank handled himself on that.
So
You could tell
did you get all that, folks?
You've been there before.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
Definitely.
Rocky, go ahead and.
Couple things that I think would be beneficial for us, and one of them is that the money that we applied for because of the government assistance program, the PPL or PPP or whatever it is, I believe we're in pretty good shape of not having to pay that back. We received 33,000 some odd dollars as a bailout, so to speak. But they think at the bank that if it's under 150, we're going to be okay. We're not to pay it back. So we're nowhere near 150. So that's going to be a benefit that we don't. They helped a lot of businesses out, churches at that time. So otherwise, that would have to be coming up. That money's got to show up by I think November. But if we do all the paperwork and get everything in place where it's supposed to be, then we're going to be okay. It looks very good, and we're uploading the information now. Becky, the new secretary, is doing well. She's trying to get adjusted, and appreciate everybody when you get a chance swinging by and saying hello to her. she's very competent in what she's doing, so we're grateful for that. And then we have the regulars that have helped us out for a long, long time. Also, the trip to Korea was canceled, so the money's going to be returned. I talked to Glenn Wilcox, and the money that the church put out is going to come back, so that's great. So we're very excited about that, getting that money back. So, you know, as far as right now, we're doing pretty good. It's just lonely. It's lonely around here, you know, because we just don't, you know, you can't get in to see anybody. You can't, we're just kind of keeping the wheels on the tire or on the car here. But, and our numbers are, I guess they're as good as they are anywhere, but that doesn't matter about anywhere else, not right now. But for us, I mean, we've been blessed. We got about 50 or 60 on Wednesday, I guess, and we're buzzing around 100 on Sunday morning. But we've been fortunate not to have any cases break out. That's the most amazing thing to me. So thank everybody for being smart. I think you ought to wear your mask. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if you run into somebody that just thinks that's just ridiculous, just tell them it's okay, you know, and we'll move on, because you got to take care of yourself. You got to be smart and, you know, do the right thing. Other than that, we're good. We don't have, we have homecoming, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So obviously that's out. We can't do that. So I guess we just push on. I guess we just keep on going. Till some of this breaks, we, you know, pray that after the election, something happens, hopefully that will give us some relief here. We're still going to have people that's cautious about coming back. I'm telling you, there's people that, unless they get a vaccine for this, I don't expect to see some people come back. I hope they will, but, you know, so pretty much where we are. Now you're stuck, Roger. Let's not talk about Nancy now.
How's everybody's families? Are you keeping up with your families and everything? I mean, it's hard. You can't visit them. You can't take them food. Well, you can, but you'd have to stand at the door and hand it to them. It's a sad situation, folks, when you can't visit, you can't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to see somebody else besides Keith and Dad.
Oh yeah.
Who's got Brenda Ing?
I don't know if anybody's got it.
Wait a minute, never mind. She's not a member. But Paul and Diane have been taking care of her. She's everybody here knows her, right? The Beams lady. She's not doing well. I talked to her today. I've been keeping up with people phone wise, but I'm trying to check on some that you can get in. But and I wear my mask. I'm not afraid of it. I mean, it is what it is. You ought to use your head, and so I don't bother me. Thank y'all. I appreciate you being here. Thank you guys on the Zoom deal. I got to run start the service.
There you go. Bill and Emily Wilson, how are they doing? So.
Anyway. He said something.
Bill's having cataract surgery the 16th. I was telling the group here that Keith Tolley blood pressure has been going out of whack, and he got a little sick this evening about 1 o'clock and had to lay down and everything, and then he's got a couple of issues on that. Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, Deborah.
He's been out mowing. He said he's been out mowing.
Yeah. Yeah, Deborah said he's having.
She said there's some stuff going on medicine there.
Yeah. Keep him in your prayers. And as I sent out that email or little phone text the other night, every night, let's try to pray around 9 o'clock if we can. If you can't, that's fine. We get, as long as we're all on the same page about different things. I'll send you like different topics to pray for and to pray about and all that kind of stuff. So keep everybody in your prayers. That's the best thing we can do. Does anybody else have anything else to talk about or want to discuss?
Larry,
Yes, sir.
Philip, I'm keeping in touch with Bill and Emily Wilson by phone, of course, full time, and also with Bob Lee. They're the two members that are the two families that really need attention pretty much weekly. So I'm trying my best to keep up with them all the time. And like I told Robin a minute ago and Bill Schlegel, I'm depending on some of them. I've told them to please call me if they need anything, and they promised me they would. So I think that helps me feel better knowing that I really feel like they'll call me if something comes up. But as far as Bill and Emily Wilson and Bob Lee, please keep them in your prayers all the time. They, all three of those need prayer full time.
Yeah,
I've been, I
and
have,
Philip,
go ahead.
Philip,
Yeah,
Keith said he really appreciated that too.
well, they're wonderful people and they deserve everything we can do to help them out. They're fantastic. So it's my pleasure to be there to do it. Thank you.
Okay. Robin, you start
I
saying
was just going to let y'all know that Sam McKinney's doing really well. You know, he was in the hospital back early on in March and April for several days, and Barbara was beside herself because she couldn't go see him. But I've talked with them fairly often, and they're both doing well. Barbara's back at work, and Sam is not getting out, but he's doing his walking and things that he's supposed to do. But he seems to be doing really well.
Okay, great. I talked to Bob Weathers. Him and Norma took their camper and went down to Texas to do some of the work on his father's estate. And of course, they were down there when the hurricane hit. But they said they were hunkered down in their motor home and said the only problem they had was the dogs was taking fits. But they're safe and they're okay. So I don't know if anybody else.
I've been to see Bill and Susan 2 or 3 times.
Lee and Susan doing good. Okay, folks, if there's nothing else to go over anything, we'll go ahead and end this. Robin, thank you for setting this up. This is the first time I've ever done this. This is neat.
Anytime. Anybody that can't come, we can do this.
Now, when you get back or wherever you're at, you might have to work on my phone a little bit. But other than that,
I'm at home
there you go.
all the time.
Okay, Keith, if you'll dismiss us, we'll go on and get ready to go to church.
Grace and Father, we again thank you for the blessing of being in your house this evening to talk about our church family and issues going on here, Lord. Just help us deal with those that we're going to have to do, Lord. Be with the ones mentioned. Everyone's prayers, Lord. We just lift them up to you. Be with us now as we go to the service, Lord. Be with Rocky as he brings your message. Just lead, God, and direct us in all we do. Pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. See y'all.
Okay, Robin, you still there?
Yeah.
You think real hard about hanging in there for one more year because seriously, the secretary's job, you know how important it is for the deacons. And
Anybody can
you
do
do
it.
such a fantastic job.
Yeah, we're listening.
It'd be great to see her carry this through for one more year with us and help us out through that because it's hard to find a good secretary, isn't it, Larry?
It sure is. That day.
Absolutely.
Anybody can do it.
And Keith said he wasn't going to do it this
All right.
time.
Okay.
All right. I'll see y'all.
Okay,
I
bye-bye.
gotta go eat.
I'll see you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.